friends, it's Julie Golding Page, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, Canada, along the tidal Scoodic or St. Croix River, the traditional territory of the Passamaquoddy, and I'm grateful that they share this beautiful place with us. Today I have a really fun card for you. It's a simple fun fold here, and I'm going to show it to you right away, and I'll tell you about some of the offers that I have coming up while we make the card. So let's get right to it. All right, let's switch this. And here we go. All right, so first of all, if you're looking for me online, you can just click right through to the link that you see right in this video where it says learn more, and that'll take you to my website, which is www.juliescraftaddict.com. If you're ordering with me this month, you'll definitely want to get my free card class, and here is the host code you can use for that. The host code should be all set up for you in the link for shopping that is also in this post. And if you're not sure, just send me off a message and I'll be happy to help you out. So here is our card we're going to be making today. So this is a Z fold card. So you can see it opens kind of like that. And once you get the dimensions right for a card like this, it's actually incredibly simple to make. You do need a scoring tool. And I've got a full supply list for you in my website post about this. So if you just click on Learn More, that will give you the full supply list there and all the instructions along with all of the dimensions that you'll need. Oh, hi, Kathy. I hope you'll like this project today. So this is actually using some of the free Sale-A-Bration paper that you can earn with a $60 spend. And I will show that to you as we get going with our card today. But as always, I want to start here by stamping. And so first of all, what I've got is a piece of basic white cardstock, and I used some brand new dies that came out in the new catalog. And these ones are called the perennial postage dies. And look at all these nested dies. So they look like postage stamps, and as a longtime pen pal, I started pen paling when I was 10, so more than 40 years now. I just love these dies. I think they're fantastic, but you don't have to be going for a postage stamp look. They just look really decorative, and they can nest inside each other, and you can use several at once if you want. They're just really great. So I cut this out ahead of time with my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And now what I'm going to do is stamp. So this particular sentiment came from another new product, which is the Bright Skies stamp set. And I really like the fonts. They're very pretty and bold at the same time, and also kind of friendly looking. I just really like them. So what I'm going to use here is You Brighten My Cloudy Days. I like these ones too. Sprinkled with Love, Brighter Skies Are on Their Way. And you can see they've got some raindrops and clouds, sun, flowers, all kinds of nice spring sort of images. So we're just going to use the one there. And I'm just going to take that off here right now. And here is my photopolymer stamp. So I'm just going to stick that right onto my block. So now you can read it. So if you've never used these stamps before, the way that they go on the block is the bumpy side goes up. So the smooth side sticks to the block and the bumpy side is up. And if they're brand new, what you'll want to do is take just your fingertips and do this to get the factory coating off. If you stamp with them right away, there is a little bit of a coating, and I found out what that coating is when I went to the factory this summer in Utah. And I got to actually participate in making some of the stamp sets, which was really, really cool. They're all made right there in Utah. And anyways, what I found out is they wash all their photopolymer stamps when they're done with dish soap. So it's just a little bit of dish soap residue on there. So if you just kind of put your fingertips over it, that should take it off for you. Now you will need a cardboard. I'm going to take this one, which is well used and loved. You can use it all kinds of times. You don't have to throw it away after it's got marks on it. And I'm going to put that underneath as a cushion because these photopolymer stamps do not come with built-in cushions. The red rubber ones have a cushion built in, but these are just the photopolymer. So we're going to use this as a cushion, and it also gives you somewhere to try it out. So I'm going to be using Pecan Pie ink. Now, I don't know about you, but when I see the name Pecan Pie and that color, I think pie. And then I want to eat pie. So beware if you're using this color, because it'll make you hungry if you like pecan pie. Or any kind of pie. It just makes you think of pie. So that's kind of a hazard to this color, but it is a very, very nice color. So we're just going to tap it very lightly, just to cover it like that. And let's see, let's find an empty spot here and we'll try it out. So you just hold it down for a few seconds and give the ink time to go into the paper and then lift straight up. So I will show you how that's stamped. So that did a nice job, didn't it? That was pretty good. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and actually stamp it on my postage stamp paper there. So I'm just tapping repeatedly there to make sure it's nice and inky, because I want this nice and bold. Some people like to have kind of a distressed look, but I prefer bold. And so I go with the bold. Alrighty, so look at that. Very nice. Everything looks pretty even, and it will dry even better actually after a few more seconds. So that's all the stamping we need to do today. That's very simple. So that was pecan pie. Okay, and again, you can find the full supply list on my website. Just click on the Learn More link and you can get all the information about today's project there with all the dimensions. So I won't go over them right now. So there, you can see how good a job that stamp chamois does, and it's just water on this special foamy material. So most of the inks that Stampin' Up! Sells, and certainly all their colors in their main line, all the colors that come and look like this, can be washed off with just water because they're all water soluble. So that's a nice thing to know as well. No chemicals, I like that. All right, so we'll just put that back in the box, and again, that's Bright Skies. I'll put that off to the side, and we can remove our cardboard because we don't need that anymore. And now we're going to put all of this together. So let's do our label here first. So I cut a little scrap here. This is Garden Green, and I'm going to use my paper snips that I got from Stampin' Up! We're going to cut a chevron shape in the end here, on both ends actually. So I'm just cutting in, I don't know, maybe about 1/4 of an inch or so, something like that. And let's see if I can do this. It's hard to do because I'm looking underneath my phone while I'm also recording this. So I'm a little bit far away from the actual cutting surface here, but we'll see if I can make it work. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, so there's my chevron on that end, and I'm going to do one on the other. I like this particular technique because it is simple and it doesn't require a die cut machine or anything like that. I think I'll go in a little bit deeper there. Okay, so now let's see if we can get that to the middle. And we'll do this side. All right. Okay, so there you go. That is how you cut one of those. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them together. So I'm going to flip that over because I like this side a little more. And I'm just going to adhere them together. So I'm just going to put a little bit of my Stampin' Seal here right in the middle of this green piece. So you can see there's just a little bit of it there. And maybe I'll line it up on my grid paper here. I don't measure a lot of things once I've got my pieces cut, but for something like this, it can look a little bit wonky if you're kind of off a ways. So I'm just going to arrange that and see if I can sort of get it about even on both sides, more or less. Something like that. That's pretty close. That's good enough anyways. There we go. And I'm also going to embellish here. So you may be aware of Sale-A-Bration, which I think is the best promotion of the year. It's on just January and February. And with every $60 or $120, there's other options, but definitely with any $60 spend, you can get a free item of your choice. And there's a whole bunch of them this year. There's more than 10 different things to choose from. And so this is one of them. It's opaque faceted gems, and I really, really like them. I think they're very pretty. So they come in these 3 colors, which are beautiful and go on a lot of different projects. They certainly match this particular paper really, really well. And I'm going to go with one of these here. And then I'm going to use a tool here to show you. It's easier to pick these things up. This is the Take Your Pick tool. And it's got a little bit of putty here on the end that is used to just pick up one of these tiny little gems. Whoops, of course it's not going to work because I'm doing it on camera here. But anyways, there you go. So you pick up the little gem and you can just put it on very easily. And these ones, you could probably pick them up with your hand, but I find the tiny gems are really hard to do. And so I like this. It's kind of like a stylus or a pen that you can use, and it just works really well for me. So that's what we've got. So there's our label, and everything's all attached together. Now we've got to make this actual Z fold card. All right, so there's that. I'll put it aside. And you can read how you need to score this, but on my website, but you can see there's a score line there and a score line there. And basically this is the regular score line. So this is a standard size card base. So you just cut a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock in half, and this is what you get. So this is just in the middle. The score line is in the middle. So basically you just fold in the middle. And then you've got one more score line in the middle of this panel. And what we're going to do with that is fold it in the opposite direction. So we folded this one like this, like a tent. And this one we're folding backwards like a valley. So that's it. That's all you got to do. You fold it over once and then you fold backwards. Okay? So it's very, very simple. All right, and I'm going to use my bone folder here to just get all of this in place. Alrighty. And now we're going to look at this spectacular paper, which I really, really like. And I like this touch of green in it. That's garden green. And I haven't had a chance to use that color in quite a long time. So, and I have all the dimensions and how to cut these on my website. So just click through to learn more. You can see they all fit together in one panel, and you just cut them at the specific dimensions. So we're going to put the small ones here, and I'm just lining them up as if they went together. See, because that's where the cut was and that's where they went. So I'm just going to put these 2 small ones on the 2 small panels to start with. And then maybe I'll show you some of the other patterns for this paper because they are really, really pretty. It's one of my favorites from the Sale-A-Bration papers that you can earn with $60 spend this year. And it's just really a nice one. I think it's so springy, and I really like birds. Is anybody else a bird watcher? I really like to watch them outside. And it's just lovely to see all the different birds. My favorite's cardinals, actually, but I like all kinds of different birds. All right, so here we go. Let's put that one on. So we're just kind of centering them as best we can in the panels. All right. And before we go on to this side, why don't I show you the other patterns? So this is called the Flight and Airy, flight with an F, not light. Flight and Airy DSP. So here's one pattern. Here's another pattern. And again, you can earn this paper free with a $60 spend during Sale-A-Bration. So it's a really nice one. That's the one we're using today. I like this particular one, and I'll show you what else I've done with that after we're done with our card. And this one. And then you flip them over, and like all of the DSPs, that's designer series paper that Stampin' Up! Makes, they have another side to them. So this one has a beautiful kind of purple on the other side. This one's blue. This one's the nice pecan pie again. This one's floral. And then this one's got greenery. And then we're back around to the same one again. So again, that's called Flight and Airy DSP. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful paper. Okay, but let's get to this next here. So I've got a little panel of basic white paper, cardstock here, and we are going to connect these two together. Now you could put them on separately, but I find putting a little tape in the middle will reduce the amount of adhesive you actually need to use. So I'm going to do this, and household tape doesn't cost very much, and most of it that you buy now is pretty much archival, and so it's good to be able to use that. So, and by archival I should define that, because that probably has a specific meaning in certain situations. What I mean is it's acid free, generally speaking. Most of the tapes that you can find, but do look and make sure they're acid free so they won't degrade on you. So I just put that together, and now I'm going to put my Stamp and Seal on here, and then I'll just go around the outsides, and that's all I need to put on, and it'll be very nice and secure. So here we go. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Susan. Yeah, that paper is just gorgeous paper. It's really fun to work with because you can do so many different things with it. You can cut it into panels, you can use it as big pieces, like there's all kinds of stuff you can do. So that's how it folds. So once again, you fold in the middle, and then you fold that panel in the middle, but in the opposite direction. And you'll see as soon as you do it. So you just fold one way and one the other way. That's basically it. Okay, so now we can put on this little piece as well. So what we're going to do with it is the same as I did over here. So I just put it in the middle, and I arranged it so that this green piece with the chevrons is exactly the right length to go from one side to the other. So that makes it easier to stick it on. So let's see. So that's kind of like that. And so that we'll know exactly where we want it to be adhered, what I'm going to do is take my little pencil. So I got this nice rainbow pencil, and I'm going to put a little bit of a line underneath here on both sides. All right, so I should be able to see it on the back there. There's that one. Yeah, there it is. So all I'm going to do is just kind of make a line all the way down. Where's the other one? There it is. All right, so then I'll know more or less where I want my adhesive to be. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on there so that I don't go over the amount that I have for space. All right, so I just put on an adhesive there, and that's all you got to do. It will stay on anyways really well, as long as you're starting with good adhesive. And I do recommend the Stamp and Seal. I find it's really great. I haven't had it dry out on me, which is super, because a lot of the others I have experienced that with before. Okay, so we're just going to stick that down. All right, so there you go. So as simple as that. And the great thing about this particular fold is when you open it, you can use that entire panel. You can stamp more, you can write a message, you can do whatever. And when the front is closed, you can't see it. So you don't have to be careful about where you're writing inside. So I really like that. Now, I wanted to show you some other things. In case you missed my video last week, I showed a free class. So you can find the link to that. It's actually in this video as well. It will, there's a link underneath the Learn More one there that you can find out more about this class. So I'm offering a free class which includes these 3 cards using the same Flight and Airy paper. And the class kit involving all the supplies to make these 3 cards is free with a $60 order with me before tax and shipping. And that offer is on until the end of January 16th. So one of them is this fractured technique. And you can see there's one of the Flight and Airy papers. Another one is this one, which is a vellum fold card. I really like this one. And people have told me they really like it too, because it's kind of a little different. that you can see through the vellum to the pattern beneath. And so I have a video that shows how to make all these 3 cards. You can view that now, and the information is right in the post here. And there's the 3rd one. So that is a bird I cut out of this paper. Let me find it again. So you can imagine how many you could make out of that, because look how many birds there are on that paper. So that's a really economical way of using that particular paper. You just need another kind of paper underneath. This one is called Countryside Inn, and it matched up really nicely with the birds as well. And that's the beautiful Night of Navy and Gold ribbon that came out in the holiday catalog, and they actually carried it over. I was so happy because it's so pretty. So again, if you like the class kit to make these 3 cards, you add your own stamps and ink, but I send you all of the paper supplies, the little embellishments, and the ribbons that you need, and all of these things will be pre-cut for you and ready to go. Again, it's placing an order with me by the end of January 16th of $60 or more before tax and shipping. Okay, and if you're not sure how to do that, there is a link right in this post, or just send me a message and I'd be very happy to help you. If you're not comfortable shopping online and you'd rather order with me directly, that's okay. I'm very happy to help you out. So those are the cards using the Flight and Airy DSP, and here's the one that we made today. So I hope you really enjoyed this series of projects with this beautiful paper. I know I really like this paper, and I hope you have a very crafty and wonderful weekend. Okay, bye for now, friends. See you next time.